Hey dudes, it's the Wicker Boy here, bringing you the review of the German splatter film Lock the Doors. This is directed by Mr. Sinto as he goes under. Now this film is based around a teenage girl called Anna, and she's one of them typical teenage girls, lives a simple, clean life, but she has a job as a full-time babysitter, which she really loves, and she's so devoted to it that she's willing to put it first before anything else. And her friends seem to give her a hassle over this. But her latest job sees her having to go out into the countryside, where she doesn't really know her way around, and seemingly she gets lost. But she's willing to stick with it because it's good money, and she doesn't want it to let it get away. But eventually she comes to a house which looks pretty run down, a really proper run down country house in the middle of the countryside. So she introduces herself to the babysitter. The woman's house it is. She shows her around, including the baby who she's going to be babysitting for. Like I said, she tells her where to go, where everything is, and there's also a section of the house she's been locked off and which she can't get to, and she makes it perfectly clear she's not to go anywhere near there. So the woman leaves for the party where she's going, and what turns out to be one of these sort of dull nights where she thinks it actually turns out to be a nightmare. She keeps seeing this man dressed in black with a gas mask on outside the house, and it's one of those where she turns back, turns again, and he's gone. And this happens a couple of times, including in the house itself. And then this where she gets to her phone to her friend to come over to accompany her, where she tells her what's going on. But they're thinking, is it just a paranoia, or is it danger, or is there something more sinister going on? That is what you're going to have to find out for yourself. There's a lot. The acting is really good in this. There's not too many actors in the film itself. It's virtually a small cast, but all of them pull off a good, solid performance, including the lead star. She's really, really good. She comes off as a woman in danger, and not overacted. There's like I said, sort of like lots of twists and turns throughout the film, but I can't really mention them because they actually work in terms of the plot itself. I mean, there's going to be one thing I would say about it. It's in the term of the pace of certain scenes. The writing tends to go on a bit too much than it needs to be. It comes around at 97 minutes, which I feel it can be a little shorter, maybe, by getting rid of them scenes. Also, I will say this is subtitled as well, and one or twice they don't make sense. I'm not sure if it's just a mistake in the writing, but there was like one or two missing words, it looked like, but it didn't really make a difference because you knew what was going on by following the film. And the gore is pretty good. When the kills are pretty effective as well. There's really great moments of it when you go wow, and there's one or two scenes where it looks a bit cheesy side of things, but that doesn't take away from the film whatsoever. That's a film where it's shot itself. The production value for being a low budget film really is well done, and there is nice shots of camera work where they've actually used a drone as well, and where it's edited, it's really edited really well as well. I was kind of impressed for how low budget it was and how much effort they put into the filmmaking. Like I said, there are some really nice touches throughout the film. I will say there is especially there's the ending, the closing credit sequence. So I would say briefly, so I would say stick around to the end credits, because combined with the way the film actually pans out and warrants repeat viewing of the end of the credits, it's quite interesting. It's overall quite interesting, and it breaks away from the traditional way of doing stuff, of doing the film, but it still has elements and respects of the German Splatter films. Sorry, I was having a drink. So yeah, overall, if I was to give this a score out of 5, I would probably give it a 3 point. Well, no, I'll give it a 4. I mean, I would have liked just a touch more sort of gore in there, just to like more splatter. But I was pretty happy with it at the end of the day. I was pretty happy with the film overall. I mean, so I said there is one scene which was questionable, how it was done, but again, you have to watch that. You have to find out yourself and see what you think. But for now, thanks for stopping by. Thanks for letting me review this for you. I hope you like the review and it makes you go out and investigate the film yourself. Please leave comments underneath. It really appreciated to tell me how I'm doing with these reviews, and if I can improve it somehow, you know. So, like always, comment, share, and subscribe. Later, dudes.